Okay, top 5 everyday Nike sneakers. And the point of this video is just to identify some good Nike shoes that you can wear every single day. It's the beginning of 2025. It is gross outside. It's so cold. And usually if I'm stuck inside, one thing I do is set up my sneaker rotation. So as you can see, I have a rotation right here. This is my second rotation. The first is by my door. Everyone keeps some shoes by their door, and that is the plan with these Nike sneakers that you're gonna see. I'm putting most of them by the door. So that's gonna be my first rotation. This is my second rotation. So I thought this would be fun to do to start off the year because I just bought at least half of these. You know, most of them were on sale. So if you're interested in anything, definitely check down in the description. I'll link each one of these pairs. Okay, starting things off, we have a pair of Air Force Ones, and these are perfect for the weather right now because we're in the middle of winter. It rains, it snows, it's just not nice out there. And you really need something that's waterproof if you're not gonna wear a pair of boots. So these Air Force Ones, I've had my eye on. So we have the Pro Tech waterproof Air Force Ones in Phantom and Summit White. How clean are these things looking? This is a pair that I was skeptical about. I was like, okay, what's the shape gonna be like? What are the materials gonna be like? I got them in, and man, I was so happy that I snagged a pair, especially on sale. So I've talked a lot about this pair right here. This is just a basic white on white pair of Air Force Ones, and I always say I need a little something more. I need a little something extra. These are great, they're classic, but I need something extra, whether it's materials, design, color. I always need a little something extra. So this is what I'm talking about, a completely waterproof version of this shoe. Not to mention the Nike swoosh and all the panels are debossed on there. So typically on an Air Force One, you see a bunch of different panels that are stitched on there. That Nike swoosh stitched on, of course, that toe cap, mudguard stitched on there, etc. You get the gist. And you have those same lines here, but for the most part, they're all debossed. So that's pretty cool to me. And a guy that has over 30 pairs of Air Force Ones, this is unique and it's standing on its own. There on the tongue, it tells you that these are waterproof, and that is kind of like a ripstop nylon material. The outsole is a translucent. You know, the first time you wear a pair of white on whites, they get dogged. This is all dirty, you can see it. It's gonna be hidden a little bit more with this pair. The tongue is somewhat padded, and honestly, when I threw these on, I kind of had a little bit of a skate shoe feel, and I wonder because allegedly in 2025, we're gonna see an SB version of the Air Force One, and I wonder if this shape has anything to do with it. And it comes with this little tag right here that talks about the waterproof specifics on the shoe. This is so simple. It's a flimsy little tag. This is such an easy thing for Nike to include with its shoes. I like this. This probably cost them 2 cents. Keep doing this. Okay, next up, another pair that I got on sale. This is one of the first colorways that we saw on the Nike Air Max DN, and I gotta say, it is a sleeper. This is something that I wanted this fall heading into the winter, and I was waiting for them to go on sale because this was my favorite colorway out of the initial releases, and I've worn these a ton, but I did want an earth tone version, which is why I grabbed this pair, and I love the shade of olive green on here. Honestly, these look like a green olive. I wonder if they were inspired by, you know, a martini or something like that. But it went on sale, and given how comfortable I think that this shoe is, I didn't even question it twice. And the rubber on the outsole is super grippy, and it is dense, which would make these a perfect everyday sneaker. These lines right here are a nod to the Air Max Plus, by the way, if you were ever wondering what those were. This is basically kind of where you strike your heel when you're running. It's kind of just a nod to those. And in my opinion, what makes this shoe are the subtle hits of red throughout. This is just begging for a lace swap. I don't know, I might throw the whites in here, I might throw some reds. The DN is one of my favorite shoes of the year. If you missed my top 10 sneakers of 2024, it's on there, and it's a little bit higher than you may expect. So being able to get a pair, these were like $100. when I bought them, and it was part of the Black Friday sale, so that may have changed. May not have, who knows, you can check that link. But getting this for $100, crazy deal. Crazy deal. Okay, next up, we have something from Nike ACG, and you guys have probably seen me wear these in a few other videos. We have the Nike ACG Rufus. So me personally, I think these look great right out of the box. Obviously, the laceless slip-on shoe vibe is not for everyone. I liked these because I'm not totally sold on Birkenstocks yet. The Boston Clog I've been trying to get into. I have 2 pairs, trying to break them in. The fit just, I don't know. I'm struggling with the fit. To be continued on that. But the Rufus I had heard good things about, and I liked the slip-on design here a little bit more than the Birkenstocks, where they just have a total open back. And these look like they have kind of a sneaker boot type outsole, and I've been wearing these a lot. They have little stains on the suede because I've dropped things on them when I'm cooking dinner or maybe a little bit of coffee. I like the Nike swoosh there, that little detail. And this is something that you can get for right around $100, and they are very comfortable. And these things kind of send mixed signals, and I like it. So this is a lounge around the house, keep your feet warm, slip right in there, cozy shoe. But then you check the outsole and it's rugged. It is a boot outsole, honestly made for walking a trail. They do run a little bit big. I'm a size 12 and I could have gotten away with an 11.5, but no complaints, really. They look great with pants, but I know the mule thing isn't for everyone. So just as a bonus, I'm gonna throw these in here, the Nike Air Max SNDR, and I'm mentioning them because I think they feel so great on feet. Who knows what colorways are available at what moment. You know, I don't know what Nike's doing with the mixture of women's and men's sizing with this pair. I'm confused. A lot of times I don't even check for the new colorways that drop because I'm a men's size 12 and you need to go a half size up with these, which is a men's 12.5. They might be available on Nike, they might not be. If you're anywhere below a size 10, you're good. There's probably some options for you, but if you have a bigger size, it's gonna be a struggle. So I can't fully recommend them as a great everyday shoe. I hope in 2025, they kind of straighten that out a little bit and make it less confusing for the buyer. Okay, next up, we all know the Nike Vomero 5 is as good as it gets for an everyday Nike shoe. We know that. And this one is one of the best I've seen. This is the designed by Japan version, and I feel like it has a little bit more of a utility design to it with the pull tabs on it, the enlarged Nike swoosh. It feels like it's more fashion forward than a running shoe, which is what the Vomero 5 is. You know, pick your poison when it comes to the Vomero 5. There are so many different colorways that are on sale. If this one's sold out, there's plenty of other options for you, but I'd be crazy to do an everyday Nike sneaker video and not include the Vomero 5. And I did swap the laces in here. I didn't think I would like that at first, but I do like the way that it matches the midsole and it kind of changes the shoe a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if another model takes the spot of the Vomero in 2025. Let me know if you guys have any predictions. And then lastly, the pair that I'm gonna wear with what I've got going on right now, which is mostly an all black fit with a little bit of white, we have the Nike City 1. Wow. Wow, guys. I am so impressed by this shoe. It is so much better than I thought it was going to be. So thank you to everyone that recommended. I checked these out. I'm super happy with them. For a $100 shoe, I understand why these are selling out. And if you didn't know, there's not a whole lot of hype. There's not a whole lot of YouTubers that are talking about this model. But when they release them, they are selling out. It's kind of crazy. I think that what this goes to show is that these are what the sneaker market needs. And I really do think that in 2025, we're gonna see a lot more affordable options. That $100 to $120 price point is gonna be something that every brand is going after. So this is a good starting point for Nike, and why these are great for everyday use is look at that outsole. These are perfect for the winter time. They are cozy. I don't know what we have in here for tech, but it gets the job done. They are comfortable. The colorways that we've seen, I've liked, and they're simple. They scream, wear me every single day. There's not too much going on. Some of them have nicknames, and I think that's cool. But this one in particular, I wanted to grab because the Nike swoosh pops on there. I love a good contrast. There's a few green hits throughout that kind of add to it. And not to mention, I think they look great with a pair of straight fit denim. So these are gonna be hanging out by my door, as well as every single one of these other pairs that you just saw. Before you go shopping, those links down in the description. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new around here, that's the first thing you gotta do. Hit that subscribe button, and of course, hit that like. If you're someone that returns for all these videos, please hit that like, leave a comment. Let me know what your top 3 everyday sneakers are. I always love reading your lists. If you have any crazy pairs that you're throwing in the mix, leave those down in the comments. You might not think anyone's interested. I'm interested. That's a wrap for me though. I'll catch you next time. Peace.